profits. I was talking to a man the other day and I explained to him in details that SWIFTtrip will be the first whereby a person comes down from a car. After paying the driver, he's still like expecting to be paid in return. Now, if you look at that concept, have you ever entered a vehicle and you got to your destination? At the end of it, you are expecting something back from the from the driver. It has never happened. It sounds insane that you are rendered a service. At the end of it, you are paid. This PYC structure, do you know what they call boycott service in Uber, in boats, and all the likes, where a passenger would say, hey, driver, after here, take me there, take me here, and take me there. The driver will be so happy and they say, okay, I'll take you to the first one. But since we're already connected, what you do, I'll wait for you. But in the next ride, we go offline. And the person would say, all right, no problem. Let's go offline. Just like that, he agreed, she agreed. Why? Because that person have no dealing, no connection, nothing is attaching that person and the company. That's what we talk about the PYC. Everybody is connected to SWIFTtrip. So in SWIFTtrip, you tell a driver, a passenger, we would go here, I will go here, okay, since you said you will go here, you go here. Now please end the online, go offline rather, so that we can just, the person will ask you, so when I go offline, what happens to my my 2%? Then the driver will be like, don't worry, at the end of it, I know what to do for you. Let's assume that the passenger agreed to that negotiation of the driver. Maybe the driver tells him, don't worry, I will charge you lesser. Whether I charge lesser or he charges higher, the company would pay what's the name? Its passenger from a trip that the app acknowledged to say pay this amount. Once he pays, something goes back to the account of that passenger. So when that man goes offline, he would negotiate with the driver. I'm talking of if he agrees. He will say, okay, now I'm going offline. So what is my cut inside this arrangement? The driver will say, no problem. At the end of the day, driver drop, passenger comes down, passenger will do like this. Pay me now. It sounds insane, right? Don't worry. We're just talking about 4 services. By the time we're done with this, you would see innovations from other companies being built on this thing we're talking about here today, PYC. Pay your customers. Companies that will be implementing the KYC, give them let's just go far. 10 years after the launch of SWIFTtrip, no matter the quality or whatever they're doing, they will fizzle out. Both banks, schools, hotels, hospitals, everywhere they render service. You can't be implementing the KYC in the era of the PYC, because if you are implementing the KYC, you're actually not doing the PYC. But you doing the PYC, paying your customers, you actually as well implementing the KYC. You can't do the PYC without the KYC, right? You must know your customers before you can pay them, but you can know your customers without paying them. Congratulations to the shareholders of SWIFTtrip. We bounce right to the top. And let's now see how SWIFTtrip benefits you for life. Then I'll take you first through with the subscription level in SWIFTtrip and when SWIFTtrip is going to launch. This slide would help us understand that better. Now, when you want to subscribe to SWIFTtrip, you have 8 levels to choose from. 8 levels to choose from, and it's not difficult at all to make your choice of how or where you want to be in SWIFTtrip. We have the level 1 to level 7. They call them the stakeholders. And we have the level 8, we call them the node holders of SWIFTtrip. So the level 8 is how much? 100,000 naira. And that is to own 0.50125% of the business globally. Are you with me? Globally. We are coming here to discuss a global business, not something that will be done in Africa. This will be done in Asia, in Europe, in America, in Atlantica, in Africa, wherever there is network access, wherever there is a mobile phone device, SWIFTtrip will get into that country. It's amazing. So when a trip is done, let me explain this ownership. Let's use the e-taxi. This percentage of 0.50125%, you earn that equivalent or that profit volume on that transaction. You need to understand that we are not here to produce a product. Are you with me? We're not coming to produce products that we are wondering will people like the products that we are selling, or how much did we use in manufacturing this product. We need to sell it higher, we need to sell it lower, depends on how inflation affects, then it's going to affect us, or it won't affect us. We want to make profits from capital we use in producing. No. It's only in the now. Once we set it up, forget it. Go and relax. It's only the CEO, the hub admins, that the CEO won't allow the hub admins to rest. No relaxing. But every other owner of SWIFTtrip, go and relax. You will be sleeping at night, money is dropping. I would not need to be in Australia for me to earn from there. There are countries I will never need to step my feet into, but I will be making a lot of money from it. And if that is the case, you as well, who owns SWIFTtrip, makes money globally. A woman was asking me, how am I going to earn from this country you are talking about? All of these countries. Why I'm here in Nigeria. I told them the app does not understand distance. It is you that is thinking of maybe the flight you will take. No, so long network is there. That's why it's called a global village. If this phone, if this device, it's here in Nigeria, and another device is there in America, the device, as they communicate, it's like they are here together. They don't understand distance. Let's make massive wealth together. It's there. It's there. Yesterday I was browsing and I looked through the net worth of those that are considered to be the wealthiest men today on the earth. Elon Musk is like 229 billion dollars. Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, I think is the next. Mark Zuckerberg is about 143 billion dollars. That's why people will go type and they'll be asking me who has made trillions in dollars. That you are saying SWIFTtrip will make people trillionaires in dollars. Let me tell you, if you go look at the net worth of those people you are talking about now, that they said what they have right now is 222 billion. All of their assets, if you put it together, one they've spent, one they've wasted, what's trillions? What's trillions? These men are earning per second in hundreds of dollars per second. What is coming is massive. It's mightier. If you like, believe it. If you like, don't believe it. The other day I said one greater than Elon Musk is here. People think I'm joking. Look at the aviation that we are bringing together with the e-taxi, the e-commerce, the logistics. People think it's complicated. People say, why not just do only the e-taxi? Why not do only the other companies out there? They do just one. The person you've seen, if I do just one, it's like I'm doing nothing. I like it complicated, and if it's not complicated enough, I don't go for it. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. It has not entered into the hearts of men what God has in store for them that build SWIFTtrip. I was looking at the list. No Africa in the first top 10. We are coming. If you like, follow. If you like, be laughing. Anybody who's laughing would end up like Kevin Hart. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish he could restart, that I would see SWIFTtrip again in the beginning. Never. I can never see it. It's like you are wishing that you can buy the notes again for 5,000 or 10,000. When it gets to your table, buy it. I know many people have joined this meeting like 10 times. They are still observing. Keep observing. If this is how you become part of SWIFTtrip, you see that the deluxe is 128 million. I said to you that to choose your part in SWIFTtrip is not difficult. You don't have, okay, it's selling for 100,000 naira. You know, people are asking, why is the note slot increasing? Why is it increasing? The note slot is not 51,500. It is not the 40,000 you heard it. It's 100,000. Where you heard it, congratulations, because it's increasing. It's just why you get it low now. It's on a reduced promo price. You with me? On a reduced promo price, which will be adding up every 72 hours, 500 naira. And if I take you to the website, I think that should help. Seed Invest. Good. Can you see it? So study the disclaimer, close it, and then just scroll up one. You see it. 51,500, and that will be changing on the 14th. Today is 48 hours going down. Tomorrow will be 72 hours, and it will become 52,000 naira. Somebody had it in 50,000 and now wondering, why is it 51,000? Is it inflation? Inflation is not affecting this one. It's just a reduced price. Get it while you can, rather than observing. Every observation in SWIFTtrip will end up in regret. And I say, you miss it, it was better you didn't see the CEO talking to you. You will now be a storyteller of like, oh, I heard one young man, Honorable Richard Nadi, talking. But then, his mouth was too much. I didn't like the way he said, one greater than Elon Musk is here. Because, are you Elon Musk? Hey! Oh my God. I don't like how he's saying that SWIFTtrip will make you $1 trillion. That's why I did not join. And today I'm regretting that I would have joined. Please, such regret should not exist among us, please. Take the risk and become an owner of SWIFTtrip. So let's see how it benefits you when you subscribe to SWIFTtrip. Let's use an analysis of 2,000 naira, which I will be converting to, let's say $4. Just want to do something reduced today. The same thing you buy now, which people are complaining that it's increasing. They don't understand why it's increasing. What's driving the increase? The same thing that people will buy today, 100,000 naira. By the time SWIFTtrip launched, 200 million naira minimum. 200 million naira minimum. I've always been saying this. I have not said 300 million minimum. I didn't forget that I said 200. I will keep saying it, 200 million. When we will show to you the SWIFTtrip airport, Many people who laughed at me in 2021, if they see where we are now, they're already wishing maybe something will just carry me, come their office again to say, that thing I was telling you about, why not come, let's build it. Those people in 2021, you think if I go to any of them now, also rush to follow. Some of them have gone behind, backyard, and joined SWIFTtrip. Sometimes I look into the database, I see their name, I laugh. One came through a lady from Lagos. He's in Port Harcourt. Co-strategist. We know her. You might not know her. At times she would come, at times she doesn't join the meeting. The man went to join through co-strategist. When I saw the name, I called him. I said, sir, but I told you about this. What happened? He said, I just have to co-strategist. So I laughed. When you see somebody in the low state talking about things unseen, talking them with audacity, don't laugh. It's either you follow or you just don't say anything that they will remind you of later. In military hospital then, when I was going to campaign in military hospital, a lady, she's a commander in army. I told her, I said, man, do this thing. She now told me about ESPN. And I refused. I said, madam, that thing you are telling me is a scam. The next day when I came to military hospital to come and campaign SWIFTtrip, she ordered, because she's a commander, a major, she commanded soldiers to arrest me. They arrested me and kept me in one place and was questioning. And when I came out, I laughed. I said, I know she's the one that did it. Because she was angry with me that I said ESPN is a scam. Where's the ESPN today? Let's build our own thing. When you hear things of the future, please follow. Follow. Let's leave those things that just come here to survive, hand to mouth. Sit down, be watching sports. Go and refresh your system, you see money drop. What kind of things are those things? In SWIFTtrip, no trip happens, nobody earns. Is there anybody that have earned from their shares? We're not promising things we can't do. Anybody that say I earn, they are earning from selling the units of SWIFTtrip now, affiliating with this campaign process. The one on hand, we do it together. That's where we earn from. You didn't sell the units for the company, you earn nothing. If you sit down, you're waiting, you will only start earning when a person can take his mobile device and book a ride. That's what I want to show you now. Now you see this. 2,000 naira, which I would be approximating to $4. Let's assume that the trip was, let's just use a round figure of $5. I will convert back to naira. If this trip was concluded, $5, how much are you going to earn if you are a deluxe owner? You just say 0.05%. That's 0.0 in two places, 25 cents. You came in with 128 million, which is equivalent of $128,000 at the moment. And the company says they are going to be paying you on a trip that is connected with $5, 0.0025 cents. Does it make sense? And they're not promising you that they will be giving to you just like that. They will pay to you anytime. We'll just pay to you. Go into your app, refresh, because we have launched, money will be dropping. No, the company say when a trip happens, that's when you earn. So the man will be like, what's happening here? What's happening here? How can they tell me that? And then we look at this. $5 times the volume of your share in SWIFTtrip. This will be, let's see what this will turn out to on that we get let me do it again. 5 times 0.50125%. That gives us minus 8, right? So this is 0. About 7 zeros, 625 cents. Yes, 0.7 zeros. If we add this percentage, it will add for us 2 more zeros. That's why we're getting a conversion here of 6 to 25 e minus 8. So it's just an addition of 2 zeros to this we see here. All right, so let's continue with that. And seeing how minute this is, as years go by, let's say all the trips coming in are consistent to one that's just static. Let's say everything we're doing is $5, which you know that trips will be flexible according to distance. But we're just on a white paperwork showing us a replica of the future. So we can't be going zigzag right now. We just have to be static. Once it's built, the system will take it up from there. But in building it, you'll be static, making an instance of 1. So as years go by, the company continues to perform trips. Remember, you are earning per transaction. It's not at the end of the day. The company is not saying at the end of the day you will earn. No, you are earning consistently at the end of a trip. It's a smart contract. As we continue to expound, SWIFTtrip has performed thousands of trillions of trips, millions of trillions of transactions. Time is coming in the future talking about trillions and trillions in its trillions. But in 5 years, I just want to make a mega case scenario of how much in volume. Tens of trillions. Multiplying that gives us, I want to divide tens of trillions into 2. That would give us 50 trillion trips. And if we multiply this thing, that's making no sense right now, but with the understanding that this is limitless, the only end to this is the coming of Christ. Don't miss it. You can see 50 trillion. Incredible. 50 trillion, that's it. That gives us how much? 3,125,000 naira. 3,125,000 naira. Is it small? So let's say you bought SWIFTtrip for 200 million naira. Like I told you, maybe you were analyzing and suddenly it's left your reach, and only to realize it at the launch of SWIFTtrip. And you came back to say, somebody told me then it was 50,000 naira. I'm now ready because I have now seen everything that the company has done. Oh, CEO, you are true to your words. And you think it will be 50,000 naira. 200 million naira. So let's assume you actually bought this for 200 million. And let's see if that person who got this opportunity for 200 million naira would have any reason to say, I am not profitable in that thing I came into. So whether the person come with 200 million, he's still going to be earning that cent. Nothing higher than, it's just like some people will buy it now. A man came the other time, he said he heard that this thing would climb to 100,000. And he wants to buy it when it gets to 100,000, so it will have more value than people who bought it now. Please ensure you know from your prospects why they decide to delay. Maybe some are thinking that when it gets to 100,000, it will be more valuable than what you bought when it was 5,000 naira. They have to understand that it is the same thing. It's 0.50125%. Thank you. So with that understanding, we calculate this now. to today's Naira. And I think today's Naira, they did reduce or they did top up. The dollar is funny. Okay, it has removed 30 Naira again. Or 50 Naira. So today now we have 157. What's that? 4,906,000,000 Naira. I don't know how many of us has touched this kind of money here. For me, I've not touched it though. I've touched it in my head and beyond. I've touched the trillions in dollars. It's only you that can predict your future. It's only you that can write your future. If you see it and you say it's not possible, you are correct. Who told you are not correct? Because you cannot touch it. A person who says it's not possible and you didn't become part of SWIFTtrip, will I carry you in the future to share with you? It's not possible. You're very correct. And you see it, you say, this is the kind of future I am in need of. And it's going to work out. You are correct. Whatever you conclude here, you're correct. That's why nobody should go out there and start arguing with a person. You tell the person the future, the person says, it's not possible. He's correct now, move ahead. Find the person that his correctness aligns with your own. The one that is in the other side of correctness, you leave the person. Everybody is right. You're showing a person this kind. No, now let's minus take away from this now. 200 million naira, please take it away from me. That's what you bought SWIFTtrip with. How much is that? 4.7 billion. Continues to get better. And you will find yourself persuading somebody. Just share the vision. The people who own it will find it and will get it done. Relax. I am Honorable Richard Zinade, the founder and the CEO of SWIFTtrip. And so let's quickly look at how you can subscribe right now as an owner of SWIFTtrip. Simply make your payment to Swift Base Transport Limited, FCNB 8284558014, and you pay. After you've made that payment, you send your proof of payment to the person who told you about SWIFTtrip, and that person helps you to connect with the company, because only shareholders can connect with the company's admins. You can see the national admins contacts on the screen, and that's the admin of SWIFTtrip right here at the headquarters. God bless you. So if you have any question now, it's time to ask your question and we'll attend to you promptly. Just click on the middle button at the bottom of your screen and you'll be able to ask your questions. Thank you so much. So while we're doing that, I recognize those joining us today for the first time. I see here Baba Jide Dashushi. Yes, that's coming. Yeah, Baba Jide Dashushi, you're welcome. You can unmute your mic, click the middle button, so we'll be willing to hear from you. We have Kamosola. Thank you so much. I see Osun State written there. You're welcome. You can as well identify that you want to speak, and we would be glad to hear from you. Timothy Ioza, your mic is opened. I see your hands raised. You can now speak, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm good, sir. Thank you. And you?
Great. Happy to connect with you today, sir.
Oh, my question is, how can I get the full video of this presentation today?
Okay, you'll get it on Facebook or YouTube. It will be sent to the group, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Great. So that's Timothy. Where are you connecting from today for the benefit of everyone, sir?
From Ogun State, sir.
From Ogun State. Thank you so much. We're happy to connect with you. Okay, so that is Timothy from Ogun State. And we have Daniel Ekurebe. Hope I pronounced your name well. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it well. Daniel, how are you doing? Daniel, good to have you with us today. Yes, I think.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How is it going over there?
We thank God.
Great. And how do I put this? Which state are you connecting from? Yeah.
Daniel is connecting from Lagos.
From Lagos State. Great. Are you?
Yep.
This is your first time, sir?
Yeah, this is my first time here.
Amazing. So please, we're happy to hear from you. Question or contribution, you can speak, sir.
Question, please. I want to know more about the SWIFTtrip and how to do my registration.
Okay. You joined the meeting a bit late.
Yeah, a bit late, yes.
Okay, you watch this video later on. It will be sent, and we'll have other videos on our platforms like Facebook and YouTube. So that will give you a good understanding. Okay. Or you join us again live by 8 p.m. to get to understand more about SWIFTtrip. Then 10 a.m. is the time at morning. So you can see we've already spent 1 hour 14 minutes right now. 10 a.m. is the time. So join us early enough and you'll be glad you did. So how to get registered? You would as well get that information from your sponsor. Your sponsor will send to you. Your sponsor is the person who told you about SWIFTtrip. Please, are you familiar with the person?
No, nobody told me. I just I'm going through because I'm into some other this thing in the Telegram. So
okay, so
I came into.
Okay, you saw the link which somebody sent
Hello?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, I would help you to trace that person.
Okay.
I'm happy it's on Telegram. So the way we do it is our shareholders do share the link to everywhere they can. And then when a person stumbles on that link, we will also help them trace back that person to them. Many people here can testify to that. So we will also do it for you. By the time you have become a shareholder and you are helping the company to sell the units and the company pays you back in return while we're in this campaigning stage, we will help you trace your sponsors your prospects, in case you share the link or the videos and somebody stumbled on it. So I will help you on that. Thank you so much. And I would attend to you
thank you
more
so much.
Here on Telegram. Just look at the sticker I'm sending to you right now. I just click the sticker and give you a hi.
Okay.
So chat me privately and I would help you more. Thank you so much, sir. I'm happy to connect with you. Great. That's Mr. Daniel all the way from Lagos, and he saw it and he decided to join to hear more. Why there are some persons you will go, you will tell them, they will be arguing with you. Those that SWIFTtrip belongs to, it will get to them and we will find ourselves. It's just a matter of time. I urge you all, be patient. This thing we're building, it's worth waiting for. Unless you don't want to be an owner of an airport, that's when you will say, I am in a haste. But if you know what airport is, you calm down. You can't get it in a hurry. Calm down. Nobody needs it more than me, as I always say. But relax. We will get it. And I do tell us, you will not understand the kind of person I am. Not until I hand over to you the first SWIFTtrip Airways. And when I say that, I'm not telling you that the airways will be built in one, just in Nigeria. Everywhere landable, that SWIFTtrip will take off and say its aircraft will land in somebody else's airport, soonest we will have our airports that place. It should be wherever we're landing and wherever we're taking off from should be SWIFTtrip airport. It's the vision, it's what we see, and we will work towards it. Unless we didn't see it, that's when we'll be relaxed that we have achieved one. So no matter who is proving wisdom out there for you now, telling you why we can't have it, push the person aside. See my hand. Back one side. And you look for who? Next person. We are plenty worldwide, though. And that's why nobody should make guy for you. We are plenty. Only Nigerian population is enough to is enough to finish up SWIFTtrip. But just that Nigerians are not listening, so that's why we have other countries coming in right now. I'm waiting for hands to be raised. Mr. Chukwuemeka, I heard your voice in the beginning. Thank you for muting your mic. If that was a mistake, God bless you. And I give you the privilege now to speak to us today. The new members, give them words of encouragement and advice. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, my able CEO.
That's my boss.
I can't stop laughing at your question. Are you Elon Musk?
That's it, bro. Are you Elon Musk? People will be angry that I say, I don't. Are they Elon Musk?
Oh,
That's it, sir.
okay. Thank you very much for this morning presentation.
Thank you, boss.
The only thing I would tell our people is this: that rushing we've been talking about has started, and our CEO will always say, we are going to launch at a blink.
Yes, sir.
And we've started seeing it. You know, a man had us on radio when we went to Owerri, and then the price was I think 25,500. So this morning he chatted me that he want to get more conviction, that he have done his research, that he discussed with one of us. The person had forwarded both our registration and all that. He want to get more conviction. I told him I can't convince you beyond those things you've read and the ones you've had. I can't convince you. What is left for you now is to take your decision.
That's it.
So from there, I just say a few things to. After telling him giving him some few information, he said, "Please, I'm a salary earner. Please, can you people keep one slot for me?" That before that, the way he's seeing this thing, it may get the hands of rich men. They will come and pack everything. Please, keep one slot. I told him the good news here is that even if we get to the richest man today,
He can only
he
buy
can't
one.
buy more than one slot. So you that is here, congratulations that you are hearing this. And you are hearing it from the mouth of the CEO. The assurance coming from him is enough. A business that is guaranteeing you just did a calculation this morning, you can see the amount. With assurance, I don't think there's any other business out there. That's why I always say, give SWIFTtrip 80%. That is, if you can't give 100, give it 80% of your attention. And you won't regret it, because at the launch of SWIFTtrip, our CEO will always say, who you become is more important than that money you will be making. So let's bounce, let's keep firing. No stopping until we launch SWIFTtrip.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, my boss.
Thank you so much, boss. Ambassador Chukwuemeka, that's the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Ebonyi State, the first hub admin in Ebonyi State. Thank you so much, sir. We're happy to connect with you. Okay, so I think I'm not seeing any hands raised, but if you're here for the first time, I'll just say hi. Segun Akinyele, hi, how you doing? And I'm getting a feedback. Augustine Ndubisi, you're welcome. Onyegbunle Bartlome. Okay, that's plenty words. Plenty words. Sorry, it's not your first time. On the other device, it shows Augustine, so I'm also familiar with the name Augustine. You're welcome. Onyegbule, you're welcome. Azuka, you're welcome. Obinwan Solomon, Zaki, Flora, you are welcome. George, okay, George is our managed man here. Yeah, Daniel Okurebe, you're welcome. You all are welcome. Very, very welcome. Thank you so much for all you do for SWIFTtrip. Thank you for making today's meeting amazing. God bless you all and have a great day. Abba Father, we thank you, Lord. It has been a great time with you, and you've given us the wisdom to communicate today. As we step away from here, head into our respective business to talk about SWIFTtrip, we ask, oh Lord, that whomever we encounter, that person is the right person for SWIFTtrip. No waste of energy to those who will want to talk why or see why it's not going to be established. Lead our paths, lead our feet. May our feet take us to the right place at the right time and to the right minds. People who would say, this is what I've been looking for. This prayer shall become a testimony in the mouth of every owner of SWIFTtrip this day. Let the zeal of the Lord take over. In the name of God the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. You are blessed. We love you all, and have a great day. Bye-bye.
If you know what SWIFTtrip is all about, be excited that you are part of the people that are starting this project at the foundational stage.
It's time to pay your customers. We bounce.